Hi guys, Gunchip here and welcome back to my legendary playthrough of Skyrim on the Xbox 360. In the last couple of episodes we've been doing a bit of a makeover of our character. We've got Alchemy and Smithing back up to 100. We've crafted some new dragon armour, and what we're going to do this episode is basically enchant this Stormcloak armour that we've been given, because you know we're finally starting the Civil War questline. But the armour that we're giving is pretty bog standard and pretty pants, so I kind of want to get my archery bonuses back. So we're back in the Honeyside basement here, and we're going to do a spot of alchemy. Now if you remember as well in the last episode, we crafted quite a lot of useful potions we're going to need, mainly the Fortified Enchanting potion, so for 30 seconds our enchantments are 32% stronger. And we also made a quite handy Fortified Smithing potion, which for 30 seconds armour and weapons are improved 130% better. So I've got a list here of the things that I want to make, because what I'm also going to make is, apart from improving our combat gear, I'm also going to make some utility gear. Now the idea with that is, before, if you remember, we had, I'll just show you now, we had our alchemy gear on one hand, and then we had our smithing gear on the other, which is pretty pants, as it meant I had to keep coming back to Honeyside anytime I wanted to kind of mix any potions or do any improvements. But what I'm thinking about doing from this point forward is being a bit more autonomous. So we're going to actually have one set of gear which is going to be quite lightweight, which we can carry around with us in the field, which means that anytime we want to do any improving or we want to do any potions or whatever, we can just make them out in the field. We don't have to keep coming back to Honeyside to get the ingredients that we've stashed away. So that's the general plan for this episode. I hope you're going to enjoy it and find it useful. For those who don't want to watch me, going through the whole enchanting process, because it is quite painful to watch, to be fair, I'm going to leave a complete description of all the items that I've made in the description below, so you can always just refer to that if you want to. I don't mind if you skip through it, but there's a lot to get through, so let's get cracking. First things first, let's do one of these bad boys. We'll take one of these enchanting potions. And the first thing we want to make is an alchemy and smithing ring. So we'll go down to our list of items. We'll go down to ring. The enchantments we want are fortified alchemy and fortified smithing, if I can find it. There we go. And the soul gem we're going to use is a black soul gem. We're going to rename it to make it easier to find in the inventory. So bear with me 1 second. Okay, so now if we come out of that for a second and we go to our apparel, as you can see, this is our old gear. The creative potions are 29% more powerful. And now what we can do with this one ring is we can create potions that are 29% more powerful, but we can also improve weapons and armour 29% better, which I think is also an improvement on what we had before, which is 21. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly do the same thing again. I'm going to make a necklace and also some gloves, which both have alchemy and smithing. So I'll catch you guys in a second. Okay, so as you can see now, we've got a necklace, a ring, and also some braces, which all improve our alchemy and also improve our smithing. Now the problem now is the final item that you can use for alchemy is a hat, but unfortunately you can't use smithing on a hat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a hat which improves our alchemy but also our Magica Regen. Just because when I'm using the transmutation spell out and about as well, I'm going to have to wait for it to recharge my Magica, so we might as well give it a little boost, because I'm not going to be using this gear for combat. This is just for when we want to do on the job kind of improvements, hence the name upgrades. So let's do that. So first things first, we need a potion, then we need a hat of some description, so I think we picked up one that could be quite useful. Let's put on alchemy, and then we also want Magica Regen, black soul gem, let's rename that, and let's craft it. Okay, so now if we just check that out, whoops, where is it? There it is, the chef's hat, which seemed quite apt. Our creative potions are 29% more powerful, and Magica will also regenerate 72% faster, so it's a good boost. Just means that we're not waiting as long for our Magica to regenerate when we're either restoring ourselves or using the transmutation spell. And the last thing I'm going to make is we're going to make some clothes which have the Magica regen boost again, and also smithing, because unfortunately clothes can't have alchemy, and we might as well boost our Magica regen as quickly as possible, because what that means is we can make any iron ore we find on the field, we can mine it, we can transmute it really quickly. We can also make potions on the fly, which are, for example, our marksman potions will be doing a 130% boost to damage, and we can make that now in the field. As soon as we find elves ears and juniper berries, for example, we can just make them as soon as we find a mixing desk. I think it's going to be a lot more useful than having to keep coming back to Honeyside to stock up. So I'm going to do that, and I'll catch you guys in a second. Okay, so here we go. Let's just equip all that here to see how terrible it all looks, but it'll be funny. Okay, and if we check our little cut, obviously we're not going to be seen in public in this, but it does the job. So you know, this is our basic crafting gear now. And if we check the active effects, as you can see, Fortified Alchemy, Fortified Alchemy, Fortified Alchemy, and Fortified Alchemy, all at 29% more powerful are potions. Fortified Smithing is now at 29 as well, and that's again 4 times, and that's all from one set of gear. So definitely useful. But we've also got Regenerate Magica at 72% faster, twice. So you know, definitely worth it. I mean, for example, now if we cast Transmutation, as you can see, it's a lot quicker than it used to be when we're waiting for it to refill. So that's that. However, it's not really going to help us too much in combat. So next up, let's enchant our Stormcloak gear. So again, same deal as before. Firstly, I can't believe how bad we look, but anyway. Let's go to potions, and we're going to have Fortified Enchanting. And the first thing we're going to enchant is our Armour. So let's go down to the Stormcloak Cuirass. There we go. Enchantments I'm going to put on this are Stamina Regen, because we're obviously going to be running around quite a lot, and it's quite a useful one to have. So where are you? Stamina Regen. And I'm kind of not sure what else to put on it, to be fair, so we might as well Fortified Light Armour. Makes more sense, because I really can't think of any other one to use. So again, we're going to rename it. Oops, I need to pick Soul Gem. Now we'll rename it. Okay, and then if we back out and take a look at that now. Oops. So here it is. Stamina regenerates 31% faster, and our light armor skill is increased by 25 points. So you know, we might as well have that for now. Next on the list is our helmet, which is going to have an archery perk on it, and also lockpicking, just to help us out, because you know how much I hate lockpicking in this game, and it seems to be the best one for my personal playstyle. So like I say, most of the enchantments that you use are also pretty much a personal choice. It's entirely up to you what you put on them as a second perk, but I'm going to do that. So let's see, we need our hide helmet, I think it is, that we got from them. Yep, there it is, hide helmet. So we want archery. So I don't really use destruction or anything like that, so I think for me it's probably the best one to have. And let's rename it. Again, let's just check out how we did, because hopefully it worked. Oops, there we go. So now our bows do 47% more damage, which is definitely an improvement on Ass Kicker, which had 35% more damage. So that's definitely worth doing. And our lockpicking is also 47% easier, so it should be about half as easy now to pick these damn locks. So next up, we're going to do a ring, and the ring is going to be an archery enchantment, obviously, and also fire resistance. So let's get that done. So we need a ring. There we go. Enchantments we're going to put on it are Archery, and what was the other one I said? Resist fire. Let's rename that. And let's craft it. So now if we take a look at that item, as you can see, bows do 47% more damage again, and that's stackable with the other one, which is good. And we've also got some fire resistance by 54%, so that should definitely help us out if we run into any dragons. So that's kind of good. Next up, we're going to do a necklace, and again we're going to go for archery, but this time we're going to put some frost protection on it, just in case again we come up against dragons or mages who are using frost attacks. This will be quite useful. So same deal. First we get a potion, then we find the necklace, which is somewhere down here. There we go. Enchantments, like I said, we're going to do obviously archery without thinking about it, and I'm not really bothered about fortifying any skills with this one, so we'll go for some frost resistance. Black soul gem, let's rename it, and let's craft it. So again, we'll just check that out just to make sure that everything went right. And yeah, so we now have fire resistant at 54%, frost resistance at 54%, which is pretty damn good. And the next one we need to do are some boots. So this one we're going to obviously put Muffle on there to help us with our sneaking. We might as well put on some shock resistance as well, and then we've basically covered the three major magical attacks, which are frost, fire and shock. So let's do that. Now the boots they gave us were fur boots, I think they were. Yep, here they are. Enchantment again. We're going to go for, there's not really that many options to be honest. So let's go with Muffle and Shock. We're going to be using a black soul gem. We're going to rename it. Let's craft it. So again, let's just check it out. It's always a good idea to check it just in case the potions weren't out before you actually managed to craft it. But hopefully we got lucky. So where are we at? Here they are. So we've got we're muffled and move silently, and our shock resistance has increased by 54%. So that's pretty good actually. That means that obviously when we're coming up against dragons now, they're not going to do as much damage as they used to do to us. And that's without having to block or anything like that. We can just stand there with our bow and just take it. Finally though, we need to make some gloves. Again, it's going to have an archery bonus on it, and I thought we might as well put as the other perk one-handed boost. So yeah, let's do that. So again, potion, and again I think it was fur gloves they gave us, fur gauntlets, here they are. Enchantments, again there's quite a few choices, but we'll have archery. Not really bothered about most of these. One-handed, black soul gem, let's rename it, and let's craft them. Okay, so again, just double checking. I totally forgot to rename them though, which is a bit silly of me. It's one of the bad things is they can't actually go back and rename it. Oh, I did rename them. Fair enough. So yeah, there you go. Bows do 40% more damage and one-handed attacks do 47. So if we just remove everything right now, okay, and then we check out our weapons. The bow now, just bog standard Dragon Slayer, is doing 160, and this dagger, for example, which is a Daedric dagger, just to give an example, is doing 18. Okay, so now if we equip all our gear that we've just made, this one, this one, this one, no. Okay, and now hopefully we should see a significant improvement, and unfortunately we don't, although the bow definitely we see an improvement there. The bow is shot up to 461. But I think the dagger you'll only see that as we're actually attacking. I don't think it shows up in the actual damage stats. That's probably why that is. But as you can see, 461 is definitely an improvement on 160. But it doesn't end there. Obviously, the next thing we need to do is go and improve all this gear. So first things first, let's quickly equip our new upgrading gear. We're going to look like the weirdest person in Riften, but it doesn't matter. And while we're at it, we might as well store all the stuff we don't need, if I can get up these stairs. So let's just go into here. Okay, so we've still got the dragon armour. I haven't actually enchanted the dragon armour though, just because we may still find some better enchantments that we could maybe put on them. So for now I'm not really rushing to do that. But let's get outside to the smithing station. Okay, so try and make it as quickly as I can, because I'm not sure how long this video has gone on for, because obviously I'll be speeding up all the boring bits, but on my clock it says 20 minutes. And we've come over to here. Let's improve the armour first of all. So we'll go into our inventory again, and this time we're going to go down to our smithing potion, which again is Blisterwort and glowing mushrooms. We'll take one of those, and then hopefully we can do all our armour in one go, because all we're doing really is upgrading it. So as you can see, drastic improvement from 36 to 203, for example, 52 to 216. Might as well do the Nightingale as well with the Void Salts. Not that we're going to be using them anymore. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Obviously we had the gear. I need to get some leather from somewhere, because that's what we're going to be wearing. And we can get from 63 to 227. So in my haste I stupidly left Honeyside without any leather, so let's just quickly run back and get some. Okay, so I've picked up some leather, which I stupidly forgot, because there's so many things to try and remember when you're doing these makeover videos. But let's get back over to the smithing station. I still want to use my shout, but that guy will just annoy us if we do. So back over here, let's take another smithing potion. So it's a good idea to make most of them, just in case you mess up like I just did. So that's that. Let's go down, and now we can upgrade all our stuff, so we might as well do it. So definitely seeing massive improvements. And now if we check out our gear, so this leather armour is got a base protection now of 227. Remember, it is just bog standard Stormcloak. The dragon scale, obviously that's going to help us a heck of a lot when we go back into that. That's 452 now. That's going to be awesome. On our faithful Nightingale armour that we got for completing the Thieves Guild quest, that was at 263. So you can see 263 to the rubbishy armour we've got now, 227. It's not that big of a difference, and you know, we've been doing okay so far. So that's that. Now what we've got to do is the same thing again, but with the grindstone for the weapons. So as you can see right now, just with our normal gear, Dragon Slayer can be improved to 230. This dagger can go up to 110 from 18, which is pretty impressive. The bow can go again 230. Ghost Blade, which we got from Avinsund, I think it's called, that goes from 41 to 58, and it only weighs 1, so it's quite a nice little weapon to have, again for lightweightness. And Marine's Razor, which is a Daedric item, goes from 31 to 63. But if we take a potion, hopefully we're going to see an even bigger improvement. And if I'm quick enough, again, I can do them all in one go. So if we had from 230, I'm just going to check, because in a test run it was actually a lot better than that. 29, 29, 29. Yeah, that's it. So I know it's because I haven't got my archery gear on. So as you can see now, our dagger is doing 111 damage, which is pretty impressive. But like I say, and the bow, the Dragonbone bow, is doing 230. But like I said before, if you don't have the Dawnguard DLC, which adds in the dragon weapons, the best thing you'd probably be able to get is Daedric. And as you can see, it's only one less. Damage of 110 is pretty impressive. And this one's doing 227, which again is pretty impressive. And it also weighs less than the dragon ones. The dragon is weighing 20, the Daedric bow is weighing 18. And so I'm kind of tempted to swap out, to be honest, because I've been using, you know, the dragon bone one for forever, so I'm not sure what to do. But that's that. We've improved all our gear, and there's only really one last thing left to do, and that's to put some enchantments on our weapons. So let's go do that, and then we can call this an episode. And need to enchant some stuff. So again, it's the same deal as before. Let's go to the Arcane Enchanter and let's take one of our potions. So we're going to take this one, and let's do the Daedric bow, and we're going to put Fiery Soultrap on it just because it has 2 perks straight away. It's got fire damage and also Soultrap. Ooh, okay. And then we're also going to add some frost damage to it, which would be pretty cool. Soul Gem again, Black Soul Gem. Let's rename it. And let's craft it. So now if we just check out that bow, where is it? Oops, no, it's not there. It's going to be here. As you can see, Dragon Slayer, target dies within 10 seconds, it fills a soul gem and it burns the target for 10 points. Whereas Devil's Wrath, I don't know if you'll be able to read that, if the target dies within 18 seconds, so we've got longer to kill them, it'll fill a soul gem. It'll burn the target for 10 points, and it'll also targets will also take 36 points of frost damage to health and stamina, which is pretty damn useful. So let's do the same again with the Dragon Bow, just for the heck of it. Okay, so just created that. Let's check it out. Oops, weapons. So Devil's Wrath there, damage of 227. Dragon Slayer, which is our old bow, 230, and Dragon's Bane is also 230, but obviously with a different set of attacks. The only thing left for me to do, I'm going to just quickly enchant our Dragonbone Dagger here. Again, I'm not sure what I'm going to put on it. I think I might put Paralyse on it and also frost damage just for the heck. So let's quickly do that again. It's going to be a enchanting potion. Dragonbone Dagger, enchantments. We're going to put frost damage and Paralyse, because obviously if we're using a dagger it's a last minute kind of thing. That's that. Let's rename it and let's craft it. Okay, so the only last thing for us to do really is just check out again 230 is our bow's top damage. Obviously this one is 227, and if we add on our combat gear, so let's do that. Now 655, definite improvement, and Dragon Slayer is 664. So you know we're definitely going to be starting to kick a lot of booty. But just for the heck of it, if we take one of our marksman potions, where our bows do 130% more damage, and let's see what effect that has. As you can see, our dagger is now doing 256 damage. Oh, that's interesting. And our bows are doing less. Huh. Okay, I'll have to figure out what went wrong there, because I would have thought that would actually improve, not decrease. The damage output, that is very strange, I've never seen that before. I know why, because it's not 152, it's 1520. it's because it can't actually show the figures, because that box is only big enough for 3 digits. So I'm hoping that's what's going on anyway, because I've never seen that before. I've never seen it drop when I use one of my bow potions. But yeah, guys, I hope you found this this video interesting. Like I say, I'm going to leave a list below of all the enchantments I put on all the items. I'd also be really interested to hear your opinions and, you know, the kind of enchantments that you normally use, because it'd be kind of useful just to get you know, different ideas. Because this is one that I've, you know, come up with myself, but it doesn't mean to say it's the best way to do things. And yeah, I'll catch you all next time. For now though, guys, as always, thanks for watching, take care, and peace.